I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network, and this is a breaking news alert. Donald Trump's lawyer, Christopher Kise, has been sidelined from working on the Mar-A-Lago Search Warrant Case. This, according to a recent report that just broke from CNN. You know Christopher Kise, right? He was the lawyer who was retained for $3 million, which was paid for by Donald Trump's Save America organization, which itself is being investigated for its potential criminality in connection with the January 6th insurrection. Yeah, you know Christopher Kise, the guy who is the Venezuelan foreign agent who filed a Foreign Agent Registration Act form, a FARA Act form, stating that he was working for the authoritarian Venezuelan regime. Yeah, that Christopher Kise. Yeah, the Christopher Kise who went into court the other day. Here's a video of him walking in to court about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago for the first special master hearing. It was him and I believe Jim Trustee walking into court. Let's just play the clip where he gets heckled walking into court. You see him with his shit-eating grin. Here, play that clip.
Thanks for your service today. Appreciate it. How are you? Oh.
All right, make a path, please. Come through.
Have a great day. It really is, you know. Very good.
What do we hope we get across today? For those back-to-back deadlines, Killer. We plan to speak after, gentlemen.
Indict Trump! 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 Indict Trump!
Indict him already!
Indict Trump! What are you waiting for? The worst lawyers in America!
Yeah, that Christopher Kise. Well, Christopher Kise has now been sidelined now that Donald Trump has lost all of the major motions in connection with seeking the special master to review the 100 classified records and all of the Mar-a-Lago documents. And what I think happened here as well was I believe that Christopher Kise was also behind the recommendation to appoint Judge Dearie, because the timing of when Christopher Kise came in was right around the time when Judge Dearie was one of the recommended special masters, and legal observers like myself said that was a bit of an unusual choice because Judge Dearie is actually a pretty serious judge, former chief judge of the Eastern District, a no-nonsense judge, sits on the Foreign Surveillance Act, the FISA court, and so he'll know classified records. And I was like, he's probably not going to give Trump an easy time if Trump's going to try to make some of these bogus and outrageous claims in front of him. And sure enough, what we've seen now since Christopher Kise has stepped in to the role, since Christopher Kise was paid $3 million, which was grifted by Donald Trump's supporters through the Save America organization, was a major defeat before the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which said it was self-evident that Judge Eileen Cannon was completely wrong, and it was self-evident that Donald Trump, nor any individual, could go and steal top-secret compartmented information and claim a possessory ownership in documents that belong to the current executive branch of our government. And so the 11th Circuit ordered that the 100 classified documents that were found at the August 8th search warrant in Mar-a-Lago be immediately returned to the Department of Justice, where they immediately commenced and continued their criminal investigation into Trump. But now Judge Dearie, and you know this if you've been following the MeidasTouch Network, Judge Dearie ordered that Donald Trump submit affidavits under penalty of perjury regarding claims that the inventory log by the FBI of documents that they seized are accurate or inaccurate, essentially forcing Donald Trump to waive his Fifth Amendment right, which criminal defendant would otherwise invoke in this situation. Donald Trump's response is due September 30th, which is why the timing of Christopher Kise being sidelined now when Christopher Kise came in, the selection of Judge Dearie all points to the fact that Donald Trump is probably outraged at Christopher Kise that Judge Dearie was selected. Donald Trump is basically stuck now before a special master who wants Donald Trump and is compelling Donald Trump to submit under oath declarations regarding the documents at Mar-A-Lago, which would essentially force Donald Trump to stipulate to the criminality and the crimes. If he says, yeah, this is an accurate log, he's basically admitting to the crimes. And if he says, no, it's an inaccurate log, like he does at his rallies, he'll be prosecuted for perjury. That's the situation that Donald Trump faces before the special master. And the special master process is moving along super quickly. Judge Dearie wants Donald Trump to respond by September 30th. He wants all of this work done by October, and he's billing Trump at $500 an hour for a retired magistrate judge to help him in his work. So you put all those factors together. The one lawyer who Donald Trump hired, who, you know, the problem obviously, and the big problem is he's a Venezuelan foreign agent, and the fact that he'd be willing to take $3 million from an organization that is under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice speaks to the fact that Christopher Kise probably doesn't exercise good judgment. But in terms of someone's reputation as a white-collar criminal defense lawyer, I mean, Christopher Kise was the most experienced person Donald Trump had on his team, which is embarrassing. But he was the former Solicitor General for the governor of Florida. He was a serious lawyer. But as we've always said, what MAGA stands for, it make attorneys get attorneys. And I now guess that Donald Trump is stuck with Christina Bobb, who claims that she was never his lawyer, Alina Habba, who's going on all the radical right-wing networks and apparently wants to become a commentator there. That's his dream team right now, who he is left with. And I, of course, say that facetiously, but big news that Christopher Kise has been sidelined. He will no longer be working on the Mar-A-Lago search warrant case after receiving a $3 million retainer from the Save America PAC grifted off of Donald Trump's supporters, who he lies to about his accusations of election fraud and other election disinformation. But it just shows he's desperate. He's in disarray, and he has no clue what he is doing. He's dangerous, he's desperate, and we will see what Donald Trump does next. But for now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're close to 1 million subs. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. And also, if you want to support our work and support independent journalism like this, go to our website at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. That's patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. It's how you can directly support, grow this independent media network. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas reporting from the MeidasTouch Network.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.